He meant just the dogs.
Nope, kids too. Yep.
This is the Fire Station Lions Club.
Oh my
I'm
god.
famished. You can talk, but I'll just
Okay,
kind of.
I'm interviewing you too. Welcome back to Real Talk with Candy Thompson.
And Garrett Gray.
How are you today? I mean, how are you today?
I'm good today. Well,
Good to have Adam behind the camera. Welcome back, Adam.
I think our mics will actually work this
Yeah.
time. We have always technical difficulties when Adam isn't
we
here.
always do.
The setup, we can never find all of our supplies. We have to
Never.
run home like 4 times making stuff happen.
yeah.
But when Adam's here,
It all
it's
works.
locked in.
No, it all works. And the last time that he was here, do you remember? We had it plugged in wrong and we couldn't get it to work. One thing was plugged in.
Oh, yeah, we didn't know what to we didn't know what to
Anyway,
do.
Adam, don't
Who to
go
what
to
up?
work. Don't go to work again, okay?
Yeah.
So we hope you guys had a super great week. Weather's been nice. That's nice.
Yeah, I got a lot done through the weekend. That was super nice. I got my base tan on, so
Oh,
or actually I
good.
call it my base burn. So it's the first burn of
okay,
the year, and then it
okay.
just tans out.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't mean to get the yard work that I was gonna do done, but I got it almost all done, so it was
Ow.
great. Yeah, I'm trying a new product. I'm a victim. Okay, a victim of Instagram ads. I am a victim because I like it and then I end up buying it. And I don't know if it's ever true. You know, the algorithm that it always shows me, it's like, oh, lawn care and golfing supplies and real estate stuff. So like even today, there was a real estate one where it was like, it had some bonus, like a first time home buyer, $50,000 guarantee, but you had to have $10,000 in seller credit or something along these lines, right? And I had to do it. I texted Shane and I was like, Shane, I hate to do this to you because I am a victim of Instagram ads and believing them. So can you tell me if this is true or not? And he's like, I'll look into it. But it's the worst. So I saw this ad and I've been seeing it for a while and it's for lawn care. It's called Sunday and it sends you a box. It's like a little monthly subscription. It's not that super expensive. But you put in, you're like, I have dogs, I have kids. So it doesn't give you like super pesticide-y stuff. And so I've been using it for the last couple weeks and my grass looks fantastic.
Really?
Yeah. So they gives you some iron stuff to put into it. You send some core samples in. Then they kind of fine tune your plan to make sure that the grass is going to grow where you're at and what climate you're in. So they give you a fertilizer, they give you weed and feed, and I think at right now I've only paid $20 for the whole first kit. And so I think the next shipment comes in May, and it's like $36, and then at the very end it's like 3 packages they'll give me.
wow.
So and they sent out, and it wasn't that expensive because I went and looked at other lawn care products.
Yeah.
And they're super pesticide-y. If the dogs eat the grass, you can't have them out there 3 hours after you spray or whatever. I can't tell my dogs and kids that, all right? When they need to go outside, they need to go outside. And I lock the door and keep them outside.
You're cracking me up. Just
So-
the dogs. He meant just the dogs.
Nope, kids too, yep. But no, it's just one of those things. So I am a victim of Instagram ads and I always buy stuff. And I think that's just how the marketing is nowadays. I don't know about you. I mean, then again, we do have a brand new, which we don't have today, a rear view screen on your phone that you can see
That's
us. So we
right.
don't have to.
Yes. That's the TikTok shop.
Yeah. It's the worst.
No, I'm not a victim of it at all.
Yeah, no, we just buy it. I don't know about
but
you
know what else I
guys.
just got? Because I'm not a victim of it at all. These are just really cool things, and I agree that I need them. And so I just recently got, because Adam and I travel a lot, and it's the scanner when you're in a room to see if anybody's recording you, if there's any kind of recording devices, because Airbnbs and all that. Adam and I have been concerned about that a couple times.
I just look at it that I'm giving them a show. So
yeah. I don't think they get the show with me, Garrett. I think they're turning the channel, but I do want you to know that I still don't want them to look at my peep show. I don't want to provide a peep show. So
you just got it.
Right.
So you haven't used it yet.
No.
I want to know
here's
how that
another
goes.
thing. Having the tanning salon, that's actually a really big deal. I didn't realize it until last year. People will go in and they'll plug a thing into the
The
electrical
socket,
outlets, nobody notices. So anybody cleaning it doesn't even notice. And so, but they're recording everything that goes on in there. So we have that for that. So we scan those rooms to make sure there's nothing in there.
Because your privacy is important to us.
Because you're safe with us.
Yes. At Tanyur Hide.
Yeah. Okay, and then my other, and then
I
my
always think
other
it's pronounced Yer, like Tanyur Hide.
I think it is.
Tanyur Hide.
That's exactly
right?
how I would say it.
Okay.
Yes, Tanyur Hide.
Tanyur
But
Hide.
you got to give the Hide.
Hide.
Yeah, so I think that, okay, the other thing that I just recently got was really fun because you guys watch us do videos all the time where we're holding our camera. But when we're doing videos from properties or wherever we're at, we're holding our own camera. It's the front camera. And the front camera is actually not your best camera. You know, all the three lenses and everything are on the back. So the girl on the TikTok shop, she said that this is the best item to have. So it actually magnetizes to the back of your camera.
You have to get a magnet for your Android users.
So in other words, you all can use it. just the iPhone users that can't. Yeah. So it magnetizes and then it screen shares.
Yeah.
So the whole reason you hold your camera with the front camera so you can see yourself. Yeah. So you turn it around, you can still see yourself, but you're getting yourself from the best angle, and that makes it go viral. That's what she said on the TikTok
That's what makes
shop.
it go viral. See, we just got to start doing product reviews at this point, right? Because of how much we buy these things. Every blip, every once a week, we're just going to do a review on an item. We're not sponsored by them at all, but we're going to talk about it because we are a victim
accidentally bought it again.
TikTok and Instagram ads, okay?
They have really great things. Listen, they've got your number. They've got golf, real estate, open house.
Yeah, I actually saw one where I can get my real estate number, my name and my number on a golf ball now, because I lose golf balls, and usually in the areas you're playing golf, they're very nice homes anyways. So now I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, because when I do hit a ball, it seems to go pretty far, and I think it would be more of a call like, hey, you have to fix my tile roof, more than, hey, I want to sell a house with you.
Yeah. So we have a rental. One of our rentals in Nyon is on the golf course, and when we first took it over, you're looking around. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
It's right on. Adam, what tee is it on?
12 or 13.
Oh, I think it's on a street, not a tee, but
it's on a what?
A street.
No, but on the back side, it's on a tee. Yeah, it's on a street.
Oh, a tee box?
And a tee. No, it's on the golf course.
It's a tee box.
Right in the middle of the fairway.
Whatever you want to call that.
It's on
the
a
golf
tee.
course.
It's on a tee. The back or the front is on the golf course.
The back.
Good.
And so we go look at this place. We look through the whole place. It's beautiful. You walk out into the backyard, and I'm thinking to myself, she just must not have cleaned up the golf balls for the last 6 months.
Right.
No, those are daily.
Oh, yeah.
That's how many golf balls land in her yard daily. There were buckets of them. I was like, you should sell them. And it's that place right across the way is that guy that sells stuff on the golf course.
Oh, she's on, what is that?
She's right across.
Is that 15, 16, 17? No, that's 14. She's on 14. Yeah. I've been over there a couple times.
Oh, really? What, 14th tee? Is that what you meant? Oh,
Well, no, I get you. My brain, when you said it, put it like literally a T, like a T intersection.
Oh, no, she's on the golf course.
Right.
I'm sorry, I was talking golf language. I thought you would have got it.
I guess.
Anyway, it went right over you. Yes. Yeah. So so many. And we actually had to write it into the contract that these people know that they get that. Yeah, like don't let your kids play in the backyard.
Right.
Although they do have an incredible covered back patio back there. So like the whole back patio is covered. But I mean, it's crazy.
Oh, man. When was this? It had to be like maybe 2 weeks ago. I went out and played. And this lady and her kid were walking right by their fence line. And I hit one just hard burner that curved right towards them. Complete opposite way where the green was. The green's over here. And this thing went straight and then hooked hard right. And I just see her like just dive to the ground. And it hit the pole. I felt so bad. I was like, ma'am, I am so sorry. She's like, oh, don't worry. It happens all the time.
I bet.
But more or less, they're not good golfers. And I was like, ooh.
Oh, that's
you got me.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
So I think that we should reflect on what you just earlier said. We should revisit your name and your phone number on your ball.
That's again, that's why I don't want to do that.
Right. I think that's a really great idea.
It's going to literally be, well, who murdered this person? Oh, right here. I have the golf ball with his name and number on it.
Who verifies the name and phone numbers you put on there?
Oh, I have no
You
idea.
could put anybody's name and phone number.
That's true, but if it's in a good case, I want it to be mine. If it's in a bad case, I don't want it to be mine.
Sabotage. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
That's a horrible thought.
Who would you? Yeah, I was about to say, who's your number one person you would sabotage right now?
No, I'm just nobody. That was just a funny joke.
Nobody. Hypothetically, of course, speaking.
Right.
That's
okay.
funny.
Anyway, so enough about that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So real estate, talking with someone today, I just want to make sure they understand, they watched our previous podcast and they were trying to think, well, they think we were trying to tell buyers to come in low
No.
at homes. And that's not what we're saying. We're saying
No.
if you're listing your home, when you're getting a listing presentation as an agent, or if you're getting a listing presentation given to you as the seller, it is more keen for you to list at the price they give you or a little bit low.
Yeah.
Don't go above that price.
Right.
No, sometimes you really have to suck it up because we know everybody loves their home. Nobody doesn't love their home. You moved into that home for a reason.
right.
We understand that. But we can only go off of statistics that we're pulling out through the sales of the entire area that we're at that's going to help you sell your home at a timely fashion.
Right.
And that changes literally hourly, I feel like. It's fast.
It does. However, your best opportunity to sell your home is within the first 2 weeks. That's when the most
views.
people are looking. And so I'm glad that you said that. I think that we were pretty clear on it, that when you're listing your home, to make sure that this is the listing price.
Right.
But no, we're saying that that's what buyers are looking for. Buyers are looking for homes that they're not being gouged. Like,
Right.
they know what the market looks like out
Right.
there. And if you're asking too much, no one's even looking at your house.
And that's it. So they came up because I was having a conversation with somebody, and I was like, when you buy a home, you want to be able to put more purchase power into your buying needs, right? And sometimes what that looks like is you giving an offer in over the price. And the reason we do that, and he was like, whoa, I thought you said to come in low. I was like, not for a buyer.
Yeah.
For a listing, right? You're going to get a number, right? That is scientifically driven. And then we're going to discuss what is going to be the best fit for you to where you can get the money out that you want.
Right.
But as a buyer, if you're coming into a house and you're able to offer potentially $10,000 to $20,000 over the asking price, what that does for you is it creates you to get more seller credit.
Yeah.
And certain loans can only get you certain percentages. So for example, if you wanted the max points on an FHA loan, it's 6% of the listing price or the asking price, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you go in and the house is $465,000 and you want to offer something so you can get money back, you offer over.
Right,
So we say,
right.
okay, let's offer $475 so then we can get at least $10,000 back so you can have that money for closing costs, fixes, or to buy down your rate.
Right.
And there's a percentage with that. And it's all talked with your lender and us, and this is the whole team aspect. So as a buyer, you kind of want to be able to find those lower houses to offer more,
Right.
but you also want to make sure they appraise.
Right. Well,
that's the whole thing.
As a buyer also, you have to be smart. I mean, you
Right.
have to realize chances are you're not the only one looking at this house. And so
Correct.
you want, I mean, everybody wants a deal. Everyone wants the greatest deal that they can have. Everyone wants to buy low and sell high. That's real estate, right? I thought that was
My back,
know, I
you might
thought
want to
that-
wash the pillow. It was sweaty.
Oh my gosh,
My back
gross.
is, do you guys have a heater on in here?
No.
I'm-
Oh my gosh.
I'm famished.
Oh,
Is that the word?
You're,
Is that the
no,
word?
no,
That's not the
it's
word.
not. That means you're really hungry. You're not famished.
Oh man. Anyways, but
So for buyers, being smart about it. Adam's dying, and so anyway, being smart about buying. When you're going to put an offer on a house, actually put an offer that doesn't. I mean, like you want to get it. You also don't want to offend your seller. So when you're making an offer on a house, I mean, let's. This last week we had this exact scenario. A house listed for $485.
okay.
The buyer,
I wish I had a whiteboard.
another agent. I know we're
485.
going to need.
Are you paying attention?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Oh, in a red
pointer?
Yes,
Yeah, it's gotta be
yes.
green, though.
Oh my
Green pointers
gosh,
are the best.
So, 485 houses listed at. Offer comes in at, and so I'm working. It's one of my agents
Okay.
that's doing this offer. So the buyer wants to come in at 465, so 20,000 off asking, which the house hasn't been listed for super long, and this, you can tell this is a very motivated seller.
Yeah.
Like they've dropped it consistently.
Right.
So that's fine. I mean, that would be generally in a situation like that, you're going to end up at 475. You're going to find yourself a deal. However, they also, so they came 20,000 off of asking, and they wanted $27,000 in seller credit.
It's like they wanted the full seller credit, it sounds like.
That's 6%.
That is 6%,
It is
yeah.
on an FHA, you can actually ask for 6%
Yep.
back. However, on a seller credit, it has to go to something. So the seller cannot give the buyer money.
No.
And it can't go toward their down payment. It can't go,
No.
they can't give the buyer money. But when
no.
you add up, they wanted every dime of their closing costs paid for. So
Yeah.
that's almost 16,000. And they wanted their interest rate bought down as far as it could be bought down. So
They would have gotten to the
that-
fives if they did
Yeah.
the full credit.
No, that was
Seriously.
27,000. So literally putting in an offer that's 50,000 under asking.
Yeah.
Now what Garrett's talking about is that if you want that large of a credit and the house is listed at 585, instead of coming down 20,000, see if you can go up to
Right.
5, right?
Right.
It's listed at 485, go up to 5. And that way you're taking on some of that.
Right.
There's a little
Right.
cushion there. So instead of asking for 30,000 credit, you're kind of paying for 15,000
Yeah.
of it, and they're paying for 15,000 of it. So there is a method
mix.
to the madness.
Yeah.
So we learned there's another offer coming in. So agents are good to let you know that, like, hey, just a heads up, especially when you have an offer that's really low like
Right,
that.
right.
Just want to give you a heads up. There is another offer coming in. So if you want to adjust your offer before they, had not received it yet,
Right.
just give us a heads up. Oh, okay. So I let our agent know that. He decides, he lets them know. So they come up to 475. So house is listed
So
at
they're not 10
485.
lower.
10,475, still asking
20,000.
for 20. It's almost $28,000
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
So still 40,000 off of asking.
Right.
The offer comes in, the other offer comes in at a full price offer. So with that, they don't even get a counter.
Right.
And in communicating with this buyer, and I did communicate with this buyer, I
Yeah.
communicated with the lender, I communicated with the buyer, and because this is a fairly newer agent, and
right.
so you just try to help. And so in that, I did say, like, we want to do our best to get you an offer that is going to be accepted, right?
Right.
Or submit an offer that's going to be
Right.
accepted. But that she was banking on the fact that they were going to counter that offer. And it's not.
See, sometimes you can't do that.
Yeah, I know. And it was, and they really wanted the house, and they were fully qualified for it.
Yeah.
But that's the reason that for buyers, you really do want to go in with your best foot
Send them down the
forward.
street. I have one at the Wildflower. It's a little smaller, but it's going to be perfect.
That's a great idea, Garrett.
just
okay,
just
so
let
just
them
be
know.
prepared for
Yeah.
a little bit of credit.
But that's how it works. Now, the only thing with that, because you'll get into the sticky scenarios to where you want the full max, which everybody does, right? As a buyer, you want to be able to have you want your cake and eat it too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's rough. So you have to understand as an agent to explain these things to your clients that that's not how it works sometimes. But if you're going to go over, before you make that offer to go over, please talk to the lender and talk to the other people and maybe see if they had a pre-appraisal done or something like that. Because if you go over, for example, let's say, I have one right now. It's 355 is what it was at. They dropped it at 335. We put our offer in at 345. We wanted the 20,000 max credit at 6%. And I got written back, said, well, you need to go 355 then in order to get it. And I was like, I don't think it's going to appraise for that.
Yeah.
And even the other listing agent said the same thing. So I can't counter back at that point because if the appraisal comes back, we're back into the same negotiation trail of gumming back down and not getting credit. So it's almost worse because I've told my clients, hey, we got it. Appraisal comes back
Yeah.
low. Hey, now I have to really
Yeah.
let them
Now we
down.
gotta
So
figure it out.
pay attention to that when you're doing those kind of things to see where that market's even at. Because if that house is already suspected to drop, it's dropping for a reason. It means that the market's not there from where it was originally at. So you're probably not going to get the appraisal that you need. So
Right.
it's just things to think about when you're doing that. So as a buyer, try to come in high if the means fit you,
Yeah.
right?
We
It's the
say
bank. It's
your
just the
highest and
bank.
best.
It's just the bank approval too, which is
Yeah.
great. It's not your money. It's the bank's money given the 10,000.
Yeah.
And really it's the seller, but at the end of the day, it's really just the bank, which I love
we
using the
always
bank's
say,
money.
come in with your highest and best.
Yeah.
Whatever your highest and best is. And if you lost the house at that price, then it's not going to bother you because it was your highest
Yeah,
and best.
right.
But if you were willing to go 10, even 20, possibly 30,000 higher,
Mm-hmm.
and you lost it because you didn't, that's when it's kind of a hard pill to swallow. And
Yeah.
so we try to navigate that for you. At the end of the day, it's your choice, and we're here to do what you want. But it's hard when we know
Yes.
you really want a house, and
Because
you
we
don't
want it as much as you do. Trust me, we're working just as hard, if not harder, to make sure that this happens best for you, because that's our duties to do that. But man, sometimes a letdown when it's just not working out, and you got to tell them, like, well, or back to the drawing board after a year or so much.
Which is okay. Yeah, I mean, and we go shopping again, right?
Which is fun.
And there are a lot of homes hitting the market right
There
now.
is.
So this is a
Spring
very fun
market.
market. Yeah. I want to
Love
tell
it.
you guys, a lot of people, as realtors, whenever we come across someone, they'll say, how's the market? This is always our question, right?
Yeah.
So what's the market doing right now? And it's interesting because what we want to know is what part of the market are you looking at, right? Are you looking at the buying side? Are you looking at the selling side? So
Commercial leasing, what are you trying to do?
And so it is, but what the market currently stands at right now is it's actually a pretty even playing field. There's, it was a seller's market. So as you all know, COVID was a seller's market. Buyers were throwing everything they had to get that house. They were coming 20, 30, 40. We had one go 80,000 over asking. It was a cash offer, so it didn't need an appraisal. That was crazy. That's a seller's market. We just kind of went past a buyer's market. So a buyer's market's where they kind of hold all the cards. So sellers pretty much doing everything. And I don't feel like we've really gone fully
Not
into a buyer's
fully,
market.
no.
It hasn't been but I mean, last year was the lowest
In
amount of
35 years,
sales. And that's in the nation.
That's
It started
nationally.
in California, but that's nationwide.
Yeah.
So when you find that your house isn't selling, then it does start to be a little bit more like you're willing to give a little bit more.
Yeah.
And so, but right now, what it seems like is that the buyer and the seller are both coming to the table with kind of an equal playing field.
Yeah.
Like the buyer's willing to ask for some, the seller doesn't have to take it. They're willing to negotiate
Yeah.
and come to a happy medium. So that's a really great place. And interest rates right now are not
Interest rates are
bad.
down. No, I think they're decent. I think
Yeah.
they're still coming down. I mean, everybody, I don't know if you've been on Instagram lately, but everybody's blowing up about this stock market right now. Again, I'm a victim, all right? Everybody's talking about the stock market coming down. Well, stock market
cracking
drives
me up.
housing drives everything else. So it's all kind of coming down right now. House
Right.
prices are dropping,
Right.
interest rates are dropping. This is where we're going to wait. Once those stabilize, I believe housing prices are going to then reevaluate and come back up.
Yeah.
And we'll be in the mid 6s to high 5s, I think, when it starting to slow down. And then the housing prices will come back up. And then it's going to probably sit there for a minute, is my thought.
That's Garrettism. It says Garrettism.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a
Well,
lot of those.
we are. It is a good time to buy right now. And so for all of the people that were kind of holding out because you thought the interest rates were going to go really far down, I don't think we're seeing that for a very long time. But what we do find is right now, if you can get something in the 5s, that's a really great place to be. And the whole idea of buying down an interest rate can get you into the 5s right now. This is a really great time to do that. So there are a lot of homes out there. There's a lot of good opportunity to list your house. If you've been thinking about listing it, this is the time.
I almost just had a cramp in my calf. I was about to kick that planner off the
Don't
table.
kick my planner.
Yeah, easy now.
You are cracking me up.
It almost hurt.
Okay, put your heel down. Have you ever
My
done
heel?
that? When you're
No, 'cause-
whenever you get a Charlie horse, if you put your heel down, it'll take it.
But I'm a
away.
weirdo and I ask for it. Like I'll be the person that'll sit in my chair watching a show and I'll flex my toes till I get it cramped and I'll let them cramp and I'll be like, yeah.
Garrett, there might be things you shouldn't tell
the cra-
people.
the pain.
That might be one of those. Yeah. Let's
Now
talk
it's out there.
Let's talk about our filters.
We
Yeah.
are trying to get to 50 subscribers on YouTube.
That's not how we're gonna do it.
We need it. So
You're-
subscribe,
you
watch,
just scare
subscribe.
people.
That's all. We had 80 views on Redmond.
I know.
All they had to do was subscribe one time.
I know. The thing, so here's the thing, subscribing, all it does is it just notifies you on YouTube that we have a video. And we are doing some really great things. I mean, we're very excited to be able to expand our viewership, especially in Amador County. I mean, across everywhere.
Yeah.
But like we're bringing really real relevant stuff to Amador County, right? And so this has been a lot of fun. So last time I talked about my girls' senior portraits.
Right.
We got them back.
Yeah, they looked
were
good.
stunning. Didn't they turn
They looked
out
good. I saw them on Facebook.
Love them. I love them so much. That was so much fun. And then So we did learn that there's a good chance that my Emily, who is going to be coming home for work, is actually going after her master's degree now, which is a really great thing. You want her to go after. Adam, will you make sure that the video's still going because my phone was ringing? She's going after her master's in accounting, and I'm so proud of her. She should. But that does also mean she's staying for one more year in Texas.
Oh.
Yep.
Without her sister?
Erin's going to law school.
Oh,
so yeah, we're
that's
gonna
right.
see how this is gonna go. But that'll
That
be
should
a
be
lot of
fun, though.
It will be fun.
It's a great
I think
adventure.
So too.
Well, do it while you're in it.
They're very independent.
If you
girls.
stop,
Yeah.
your next thing you know, you're never going to get back into it.
No, she should not. I mean, the girl got 100% on her last accounting exam.
Yeah.
She's at the tail end of her senior year at
Yeah.
TCU. These are the hardest the tests get, and she just got 100%. So
Yeah.
definitely finance is her niche, and so super fun. And let's think, any Easter plans? What do you guys do for Easter?
Usually just spend time together. I have a busy week though, because I might go golfing on Friday, trap shooting on Saturday, Easter on Sunday, and then riding on Monday.
Is it this upcoming Sunday?
2 weeks.
Okay.
This next week, what am I doing this week? I have something going on. I check my calendar.
You know what you're doing in 2 weeks?
In 2 weeks, I do know I'm.
okay.
Well, it's not like exactly like hour by hour. I just have the idea that on Friday I'm going to probably be golfing, and then I'm
Okay.
gonna be probably trap shooting for a local union out in Davis.
Okay.
And then Sunday is Easter, of course.
Okay.
And then Monday I'm trying to go riding. I'm trying to go
Okay.
out to the desert.
This is going to be a silly question, but what aren't, right? Is trap shooting the same as skeet shooting? Is it the same thing?
Yeah. Well, there's
you're-
it's
the
exact
things that fly out
the
of-
clays. Yeah, it's the same.
yeah.
So there's just different versions of it. So there's sports clays, and then there's just regular trap shooting where someone stands there and there's multiple that come out. But then there's ones it's like going to a golf course and you go from hole to hole, and then each thing is shooting differently.
okay, got
So you walk forever, and you stop at your hole, and then all of a sudden you hit the button, and then they shoot this way or shoot that way or shoot this way, or then it's all over the place. Yeah.
Well,
Which is like sports clays.
I did a business internship, you know this.
Right, yeah.
For college. And my girls, every
Was
time
this
I
the
say
selling
this,
the book ones? Uh-huh. Okay.
But
I knew
every time I say this, some of my girls go like this, "Oh, you did? Oh, we didn't know. Oh, really? An internship? Tell us about it. We didn't know." So anyway, anybody that sold books, we love you, and they know why we keep talking about it to this day. It molded who we are. Anyway, so I sold books for the first 13 weeks in Wisconsin. So we lived in Menominee Falls. I worked in Waukesha, and I worked in Elm Grove, which is literally like bordering Milwaukee. So we were right in that area, and then we got to go do super fun things. So we did. Do you know that there's a water park in Wisconsin?
Yes.
It's called the Wisconsin Dells. It's like one of the largest water parks.
Right.
It was fun. We did. We went.
It was nice.
Yeah,
You went there?
we went
One
there.
time?
One time.
Nice.
One time. Every weekend, we got to get together on Sundays with everybody from all the different areas. And then we did Chicago. That was fun. We went to Six Flags in Chicago.
That's cool.
We went to Madison, Wisconsin, which is a really fun place. If you've not ever been, they shut down Madison for many years was the #1 party school in the nation. So the downtown
Was that before
Madison.
Chico happened or after Chico?
No. I mean, it was during the same time. Madison was always one of the top party schools. I don't know where it's at today because it's been a little while since I've been there, but that was a super fun time. And then keep in mind, I was 21 when I was there. And then we went to Sheboygan.
Was this also when you were a bartender?
I bartended when I came home. Thank you, Karen.
Oh,
for
I thought it
knowing
was.
that.
I thought it was when you were there. So
No.
you're book selling and bartending.
No.
Books by night, bars by.
No,
or books
no,
by
no.
day, bars by night.
No, actually, you work so many hours, you get dropped off in your territory at 7 a.m. And they do not pick you up until almost 11 o'clock at night.
Ugh.
And so I got it was called the I Want to Win Award, where you work 80 hours a week. That was a
Nice.
really big deal.
Yeah.
Anyway, but
Back then.
anybody that knows me knows that I just like to work. So, no, but that was fun. Sheboygan, we went to Oshkosh. I actually got to go to Lambeau Field. There were some really fun
That's
things.
pretty cool.
Anyway, so we did the first 13 weeks, came home for a week, then went back out to Mississippi to do what we called fall selling. And in Mississippi, we actually met a family and so for anybody that's curious, it was through the Southwestern company that we sold books. They're actually out of Nashville. And it's a really, really great company. Today you're still going to see them knock on your door and they're going to try to sell you books. But today instantly all over social media. There's somebody that just knocked on my door and then everybody shuts them out. I was really grateful to have done it in 97. The internet had just come out and it like still.
Oh man, have you
did that.
seen the videos about door knockers now and people just freaking out? There was
Yes.
actually one that has a sign that said, no soliciting, but if you want to stay, you have to pay me $1 for every hour or for every minute that you keep talking. And this guy was like, well, cool, I have a pocket full of cash, so let's see how long this
That's
takes.
hilarious.
And they just got ran off anyways. I'm like, man, that guy could have made a ton of money.
I'm going to tell you what, I made my most money off of the people that had no soliciting signs.
Really?
Yeah, you want to know how?
How?
I
might be careful
it's
asking
hilarious.
why,
It's literally hilarious. You have this whole thing, like you've trained in Nashville. We were at the University of Nashville. For
So now we're in
sales school.
Tennessee.
So this is for sales school.
Okay.
So we're going training, and then once you learn, last day you go to your territory, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're in Nashville, and we're learning about all this stuff, and so they teach you how to handle when you come up on a house that has a no soliciting sign. So it's hilarious though. There's a whole method to the madness.
Yeah.
So you have to put your book back to the right of the door, and then you knock, and you have to take 2 steps back, and you turn sideways, and you're looking at your notes because they want to see your full profile. Like there's a whole thing to it. So when they come out and they say to you, and they're always very upset when you knock and it says no.
Don't you see the sign?
Yeah. Don't you see the no soliciting sign? And your response is always, oh, that's okay. I don't smoke. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. You keep going. They let you in your house and
Yeah.
you buy from them.
Wow.
Every time.
No, I don't
It's like their
smoke.
brain does not understand what you just said. And the next thing you know, you've spun them around and you're in their house and they're writing a check.
That's awesome.
Every time. Is that hilarious?
So now how would you do that with the doorbell cameras now with people that don't even come to the door? Don't you see my sign as a robot?
No, I do not envy the people that have to do it today.
Could you come out here and talk to me for a minute?
Yeah, literally. I don't know how it can be done, but it was really fun.
See, mine was easier. When I was door knocking, or we call it HVing, home visiting.
Okay.
I was just dressed in Marine Corps blues. So
Oh, right.
they open
So
the door and they're
yeah,
like, "Oh
yeah.
my gosh, you look
Yeah.
amazing." I'm like, "Thank you. Would your son also like to look amazing?" Because I'm here to help him see what he's doing after
Yes,
graduation.
yes. And they're like, oh wait, he's playing video games. We're so grateful.
I'm
you're
like,
here.
perfect. Let's
Yeah.
sit down.
Failure to launch.
And it was
Come
actually
on.
great because half the time when I did do that and I was invited in, I was given dinner. We'd sit, we'd talk, hang out. The family always wanted to take me out on like boating trips because I was doing it
so
in San
fun.
Luis Obispo. So everybody always wanted to go down
fun.
to what's that river? Lake Nacimiento or Nacimiento? It's a big dragon looking lake.
I want to tell you, there was a whole point to my even telling you that. Now listen.
Oh.
When I was in Mississippi doing sales, that was fall selling. It was a totally different ball game. It was like living in a situation that was like a real world situation.
Mm-hmm.
And we met this family called Mary. Her name was Marion and his name was Bobby. Marion and Bobby Redwood was their
Okay.
names. Her dad sold books. And so her dad used to house booksellers. So it was really kind of fun that we got to connect with them. They were really, really awesome. We were in Columbus, Mississippi, and they took us out to property that they have, which was so much fun. And I did skeet shooting. That was the
Nice.
first time. So and I did.
That's
really
the
good.
point that we're getting. Yeah.
Got them both. Because I'm really good.
And that's the only time you did it, just one time, two clays?
2 clays and I got them
No,
both.
I think that's
you
awesome.
You gotta quit while you're ahead,
Yeah.
Garrett, and I did.
Yeah.
I quit while I was
I
ahead.
agree.
And you know what I can say? I have 100% success rate with
What does it say?
clay
Batting
shooting.
1,000, right? 1,000.
100% success
You only
rate.
do it once, you never lost,
Yeah.
right?
No, I did it. And then they took us out on this boat, and there are all these like reeds and stuff in there, and it was just a really fun experience.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was. So anyway, that whole thing was just to tell you that I got 2 clays. Yeah. Anyway,
And how long ago was that?
welcome to Adam's world.
Adam's world. You know, one day we're just gonna have a skit where Adam's up here by himself, just explaining what it is about to be in Adam's world. Let me tell you what I told you today, what I got told today. This long story, in retrospect, just to tell me she
really
was
good.
ready to go to work.
It was really good.
Oh, all right. At the end of this, we absolutely love you guys for coming in, joining, and subscribing, and doing all this good stuff.
Adam's told us we're talking too long. We just got the notice. We love you guys.
Stay
Peace out. We'll see
We
you
just
next
want to give you a
time.
What to Do Wednesday disclaimer. The information provided in this podcast is for general informational purposes only. All opinions expressed are those of the host and guests and do not reflect the official stance of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services or Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Divine Properties or any affiliated entities. This podcast does not constitute legal, financial, or real estate advice, and listeners are encouraged to consult with qualified professionals regarding their specific needs. While we strive to provide accurate information, we make no guarantees regarding the completeness or reliability of any information discussed. We are not responsible for any actions taken by listeners based on the content of this podcast. Additionally, topics covered in the podcast are based on the host's experience and opinions and may not apply to all situations. Listeners are reminded that real estate laws and regulations may vary by location and information may become outdated over time. By listening to this podcast, you agree to release the host, guests, and any associated entities from any liability related to the topics discussed.